My brother-in-law found a girl who shampooed her hair as her girlfriend. First, I gave him the Porsche I bought for him. Then I asked me to give 200,000 yuan to buy Hermes for his future mother-in-law. I was so angry that I laughed at him. You can spoil your woman at will, but is it appropriate for me, the one who is my brother-in-law, to pay for it? My brother-in-law had to buy a car just after graduating from university. Without saying a word, I took him to order a Porsche. As a result, when I picked up the car, the owner had a woman's name written on the column. I pointed to the name on the list and asked him angrily, "Who is this Tang Xiaoxian?" Qin Jinghuai scratched his head with a smile. "My new girlfriend." When his wife Qin Siyu heard that he had a girlfriend, she was shocked. "Qin Jinghuai, when did you have a girlfriend?" Qin Jinghuai opened the car door and checked the car while casually saying, "Some time ago, didn't I apply for a membership card at the newly opened hairstyle store?" Tang Xiaoxian is an employee in the store. He just met him and hung the car in someone's name. Down. This is no longer a love brain. After all, the premise of a love brain is to have a brain. Qin Siyu and her mother-in-law also felt that their brother-in-law was a bit careless. I chatted with him all night, but my brother-in-law still insisted on love first. "Tang Xiaoxian is my girlfriend. We will get married sooner or later. Isn't it the same if I write my name or his name?" After saying that, he continued to complain, "It's all your fault that you bought me such a tram." Tang Xiaoxian said that it would be embarrassing to drive the tram without any face and it would be better to buy a sports car to be cool. What's the matter? I couldn't help but rolled my eyes. He is a shampoo girl and he still wants to drive a sports car? My brother-in-law stopped at that time. "Brother-in-law, why are you talking? If you can drive a Ferrari, don't my girlfriend be allowed to drive a sports car?" I said, "I bought my Ferrari by myself. I am a boss with an annual salary of tens of millions. Can he compare with me as a shampoo girl?" Just as I was about to refute, Qin Siyu quickly pulled me away. "Husband, forget it. Anyway, we will give him the graduation gift. He will do whatever he likes, let's not worry about it." I glared at Qin Siyu. "Feelings, money is not earned by you. If you don't feel sorry for me, I will work hard outside. I will earn tens of millions of dollars a year." Qin Siyu's monthly salary is 3,000 yuan, and she enjoys the freedom and leisure within the system. Speaking of which, I paid for the Porsche I bought for my brother-in-law. I gave a car worth millions for free, and I dared to pick and choose. My intuition tells me that this hair-washing girl is not simple. No, I have to see who this Tang Xiaoxian is. I found the address of the hairstyling shop, and my buddy also often went to that shop, so he just asked him to check it for me. He replied to me in just 2 days. Tang Xiaoxian is indeed not simple. I dropped out of school and went home in middle school. I came to the big city alone to work hard. With a beautiful face and hot figure, I worked in this hairstyle store for less than a year and accumulated a group of fixed customers, mainly some of whom I was aged. Of course, there are also some married men in Duan. It is said that in addition to being unclear with many male customers, Tang Xiaoxian was also kept by an old man in his 60s. I thought I had to tell my brother-in-law, but I didn't expect that he was anxious on the spot. A girl with a hair wash will definitely come into contact with other men. That's normal work contact. "Brother-in-law, is your friend a man?" Maybe it's him. I had a crush on Tang Xiaoxian and deliberately provoked my relationship with him. I said, "Jinghuai, my brothers and children are all in elementary school. It's impossible for me to like Tang Xiaoxian. I have children and I often go to wash my hair. I'm not a serious person at first glance. I'll remind you for you, you're still I insulted my brother. Okay, what do you want? Your mother and sister don't care. I don't care anymore. I just feel sorry for my money for buying a car, and I just think it's feeding the dog." Qin Jinghuai has been getting angry with me because of this and shows me every day. I am too lazy to see him. Anyway, I go out early and come back late, so I rarely see him. It was a stalemate for more than half a month, and suddenly one day he came to me, "Brother-in-law, I did something wrong last time. I shouldn't argue with you, but your attitude is not good, so we'll even get it. Okay. It's rare to admit your mistake on your own initiative. This matter is not over yet, and he has something to come to me." Jinghuai sat next to me. "Brother-in-law, I'm tight on my hands recently." "That's all the money?" "Brother-in-law, lend me 200,000. I usually buy a pair of shoes, buy some game equipment, etc. I will give it to you for 10,000 or 20,000 yuan. This opening cost 200,000 yuan. I have to ask you what you are doing?" The brother-in-law said in a slight manner. "Tang Xiaoxian's mother celebrates her birthday next week. I want to buy him a gift and take it there." "What gift is so expensive?" "It costs 200,000. I thought I would be more formal when I met my mother-in-law for the first time. Tang Xiaoxian said that he likes bags and so on, so I planned to go to Hermes to buy a bag for her. I have known each other for less than a month. Isn't it your mother-in-law? Is it a bit over such a big deal? What's that, said my brother-in-law with confidence. Anyway, I have decided not to marry Tang Xiaoxian. His mother is my mother and he has not spent money on outsiders. After hearing what he said, my first thought was to pick up the slippers and knock him open the head hard to see what was put in his mind by Tang Xiaoxian, which could make an adult man so obsessed. With this emotional intelligence, it deserves to dig wild vegetables and wash rice. Jinghuai, I have no spare money in my hands recently. You can think of another way. When the brother-in-law heard this, he immediately changed his face. Brother-in-law, it's only 200,000 yuan, you don't want to borrow it? You have an annual salary of 10 million yuan, how could you not even get this little money? I wasn't polite, and I directly retorted, I just spent more than 1 million to buy a Porsche for you half a month ago. Did you forget so quickly? Qin Jinghuai paused for a moment and said patiently, I borrowed this 200,000 yuan. Can't I pay it back to you in a while? I said, you have just been internship for 1 month and you have earned a salary of 2,500 yuan. You can't eat enough. Do you have the ability to repay your debts? Qin Jinghuai angrily slapped the coffee table and stood up suddenly. He Jingheng, what do you mean? Look down on me? I said, I mean it very clearly. For your sister's sake. I can support you. But there is no obligation to support your girlfriend's family. Who used you to raise it? I haven't spent a penny on you. Are you insulting my girlfriend? I was surprised. A little girl liar? All kinds of calculations about other people's money. Is this suitable? My sister still spends your money? I choked on the spot. After a while, he said. I have the ability to support my wife. If you want to raise it, make money on your own. The two of us had a lot of noise and quarrel. Alarmed the mother-in-law and wife in the house. They hurried out to see. Sister, Tang Jingheng bullied me. Qin Siu muttered to me. Isn't it just these 200,000? As for the quarrel like this? I looked at him in surprise. Do you know what he borrowed? Jinghuai told me. The future mother-in-law celebrates her birthday. That's called 200,000. When we get married. Why didn't you spend 200,000 yuan to buy a gift for my mother? Qin Siu was defeated and said nothing. The mother-in-law hugged her brother-in-law and said to me. Jinghuai is still young. Sometimes I'm ignorant. 200,000. It's a bit too much, but... He has already said it, it would be bad if he regrets it. Jingheng. Or you can lend it to him first, depending on your mother's face. Just let him pay attention next time. Mother-in-law speaks. I originally planned to give me some face. Unexpectedly, my brother-in-law stood aside. Make faces at me. A look of pride. It's a real provocation. The provocation of borrowing money. Mom. You've spoken. I should have borrowed it. But, unfortunately, my buddy just borrowed some money from me. In addition, I bought a car for Jinghuai a few days ago. Now I really have no money. My brother-in-law's smile froze instantly. He smiled. Mom, if there is no gift. Tang Xiaoxian was angry. What to do if you break up with me? I don't care. I must have 200,000. You ask your brother-in-law to get it for me. I yawned. Sleepy. Go to bed first. Cut. Whoever loves to take, follow me. It's a big deal. My brother-in-law cried and made a fuss in the living room. After a while, Qin Siu pushed the door open and came in. Don't be angry, husband. Go 200,000. The family was hurt by the harmony. Can't make a mistake. I looked at him in shock. You won't be able to see that Tang Xiaoxian treats your brother as Kaisi, right? My boyfriend buys a car. He asked to write to his name. In the name of Mom celebrating her birthday. Just call Hermes as a gift. Is this what a serious girl does? I know something is wrong with Tang Xiaoxian. But this is Jinghuai's first time in love. I've advised him for a long time. He didn't listen either. Just give me some face. Give him the money. Don't let him make trouble again. No. The money I have worked hard will not be given to irrelevant people. You are willing to spoil your brother. Give it yourself. This is the first time I have refused my wife's request for money. His face became ugly. Oops. Make a lot of money. It's amazing. I don't have money. I don't ask you to do it, right? All night. My wife has a long face. My mother-in-law and brother-in-law also looked at me with resentment. Only then did I realize. I used to think I had a good wife and had a relationship. All this is thanks to the previous. I only smiled and ruthlessly Cold War for several days. Until the weekend. My brother-in-law took his girlfriend home for dinner. Tang Xiaoxian is pretty. Tall. The face looks good. It just brings a bit of video's sense of technology. Tang Xiaoxuan's mouth is sweet. It's less than 10 minutes into the door. It made both mother-in-law and Qin Xiu smile. Tang Xiaoxian spared no effort to me. From appearance, education, profession. It's so praising that the ceiling is full of praise. Finally, I apologized to me with a sincere attitude. He said he was just chatting. Speaking of his fucking love Hermes. Unexpectedly, Qin Jing became heartless. I have to buy it back as a birthday gift for his mother. My brother-in-law is all my fault. Don't blame Jinghuai anymore. The genius believes. I watched his poor performance coldly. The mother-in-law is quite satisfied with this future daughter-in-law. Made a large table of dishes to entertain. During the meal, Qin Jinghuai was diligently holding dishes for Tang Xiaoxian. The whole person was pressed against Tang Xiaoxian like a dog skin plaster. On the contrary, Tang Xiaoxian sat upright. I also distanced myself from my brother-in-law from time to time. Halfway through eating, I suddenly felt a high-heeled shoe stretching from the bottom of the table and inserted it between my legs. The calf rubbed me gently. When I looked up, I saw Tang Xiaoxian opposite me, looking at me charmingly. I calmly closed my legs and stretched my distance. The person on the other side smiled at me. Then he pulled his legs back.